Hello, happy Wednesday. I'm going to do my usual thing and try to see if I'm in the right place. And whoops. All right. I have a little weird noise going on, so I'm hoping it's not going through. All right. Oh, nope, that's not it. Uno momento. It's a good thing people aren't on right away. All right. Okay. Now I'm on. All right. I'm going to move something here. Sorry, I'm getting a little feedback, so I just want to make sure it doesn't carry through. Oh, my goodness. Sorry. All right. So welcome. I hope everyone's good. I still have 3 dogs, so I'm still hoping that we get through this without a lot of commotion. Gosh, it's graduation time. There are so many people I know that, have tons of people graduating either from college or high school or kindergarten. So it's kind of fun. So it's that time of year. So I thought I would make a graduation card because I'm sure there's a few parties coming up in June. I know a lot of kids have already graduated in May and stuff. They've had their ceremonies, but they might not have had their parties yet. So you still have time to make some cards. I had a couple things. If I don't see you on your comments, a lot of times if you don't give StreamYard your permission to post your comments, I can't see them. So I keep trying to look for them as I'm going, but sometimes when I get done with my live, there was people watching and they didn't know. So if I don't respond to you, it's not because I'm ignoring you. I just don't know you're out there. So if you're watching it and it's replay, just put replay and where you're from. It's always kind of fun to see. So, and yeah, so if you post any questions, I'll get back to them as soon as I can. So, graduation is what I was thinking about. And I always like to do school colors when I make graduation cards, if I can. So, my kids are all grown and they have kids and all that fun stuff, but I was like, I need to know some school colors so that I can make my card. So I looked up White Bear Lake, which is a community that's a school district close to me, and their colors are orange and black and white, kind of. So that's the color scheme that I chose. And so I thought a simple way of adding colors to a card is in the back, in the base of the card, add some colored cardstock that matches those colors. So, and then the other criteria I had to make my graduation card was I love the bird's eye view set, and I just think it's a cute stamp set for a graduation. It's not your typical, traditional card, but the monster's here. Try to calm him down. So it is something that I wanted to incorporate in my card. So with that, that is kind of the theme that we're going to do tonight, the card that I'm going to remake with you guys. And I did do like a traditional card too, because one isn't and one is. One's kind of fun. So the thing that I also want to do, I'm going to show you the stamp sets that I used for both the cards. And the catalog's really different this year. So not by purpose, but I used all of my stamp sets and stuff. You have to actually see them online. Although one of them is in the catalog, but I wanted to show you how to use the catalog now because it is different. So with that, I will go down to my desktop, but I'm just kind of, this is my Barker, my problem child. So I'm just kind of get him to calm down so that he doesn't keep interrupting us. So write in the comments how many graduations you have this year. I'd be kind of curious to see. I've been seeing so many posts and stuff about everybody's having graduation ceremonies, so it's kind of fun. All right, should we put you down? You can be good. All right, go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. All right. No. No. It's okay. Go lay down. Where's your toy? Go get your toy. Go get your toy right there. So it's the weekly challenge. Is my dog. All right. So with that, I'm gonna go down to my desktop and I'll show you the sets and stuff that I'm talking about. All right. So in the catalog, the stamp sets that I'm using are for my fun stamp card, I am using the Bird's Eye View, and it's super fun set. It's got a lot of little cute birds in it. I love the books. I love the glasses. Yeah, so I thought this was super cute, and I wanted to use that for my graduation cards this year. And then another one that I used, I wasn't actually planning on it, but I ended up using the numbers in this. And this is an online store stamp set. And then the other one that I was going to use is Cap and Gown, and I just got this afternoon. So so my traditional card I made with this set primarily, and so yeah, I had to just kind of quickly get something together. So I just received this, but this is online also, and it's available. This is online and it's also available. So you get a lot of nice sentiments. And then this is also in the catalog, but I just wanted to show you the difference of what this catalog is like. So you'll see in reference that there's the Bird's Eye View stamp set, right? But it does not actually show you the stamps. It doesn't show you what the stamp set looks like. So in order to do that, you have to go online, or if you have an older catalog, I think this was in our spring catalog. So this little emblem, I don't know if you can see that, this is a indicator that it's an online, you have to go online to see more detail. And you can find the little I can't show you. You can find this in the index. I'm going to put it this way so you can see it. But see, this will show you if it's a QR code, you can scan it with your phone and you'll get more information and see the full artwork details. If you don't want to do that, you can, it tells you also here what languages the stamp sets come in, and this emblems samples are shown in the catalog, but the actual products that are shown are completely in our online store. So you have to go to the online store to see the actual stamp set. So I just wanted to, so what I do real quickly is I look in the index and I see if the stamp set's listed, and it does list Bird's Eye View on page 105, but when you get to that page, obviously you have to go online if you want to see the stamp set. And then these two are not going to be in the index because they are strictly online. So I just want you to be aware that this catalog does not, like in catalogs past, have all the products in the catalog. Okay, so I just wanted to explain that. So these are the 3 stamp sets that I used. And then I also used this Baker's Twine Essential Pack, and that I used the black to make the little tassel for the hats. But other than that, I just used cardstock. So, let's see. So let's go and I will start making the card. And so I'll show you the dimensions. So our card base is a 4 1/4 by 11, and you're going to score it at 5 1/2. So I'm just going to obviously cut it. So I'm just going to score it at 5 1/2. Right, so that's our card front. And then the next piece that we're going to use is a 5 1/4 by 4 inch panel, and this is what we're going to put our paper strips on to build our background. And so this would be the colors of your school colors. That's what I would that's what my goal was, to use this, you know, card layout. So since I already have that cut, I'm just going to put that aside. And then we have a couple things to cut. So then your one of your panels is going to be 4 inches by 2 1/4. So I think this is 2 1/4. Yep. And so then I need this to be 4 inches. Okay, so that's my piece, one of my panels. And then I need a background, and that piece is going to be 4 1/4 by 2 1/2. So this is 2 1/2, and so I need this to be 4 1/4. All right, so I get that piece cut. And then my strips that I'm going to use in the actual card, now I'm going to use 2 different size strips. One is 4 inches by 1/4, and I'm going to cut 6 of these. And this can change on however you design your card. This does not have to be, you know, you can create this background any way you'd like, right? So I think what I'm going to do, oops, I think I'll use the bigger piece. It's just easier. Try to line it up. So I'm going to have 6 of these. So I've got 1 already cut. So 1. Oops. 2. And I like staggering the size of the cuts because I just think it gives it a nice look. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more. 3, 6. All right. And then I need to have 6 of their other school colors. And so that would be 4 inches by 3/8 of an inch. So I'm going to cut that. I've got 1. And so this is what I say, 3 inch, 3/8. So we've got, that's right here. And obviously our colors are specific to Stampin' Up, but we have, 48 plus colors, so we can get something that's very close to whatever school colors you have going on. So that's something that you don't have to really worry about too much. 5. All right, so I have those pieces cut. And so I think, oh, and then I have one more little piece to cut. So I created a little hat. So I needed a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch square. So I've got 1 already cut. So I'm going to cut another here. It's hard to keep these things like in there straight, right? Whoops. And then we're going to go another 1/2 inch. All right, so we have that piece cut too. All right, so we have those 2. So I think we have all of our pieces cut. I'm kind of wondering what happened to my tassel though. I did make a little tassel and I can't find it. Oh, there's always something missing. All right. Well, it'll hopefully turn up. Okay, so I'm going to set that stuff aside. All right, and so I'm going to set up my strips and get those ready. And really, that's probably the most time-consuming part of the card. And so this is going to be on a front panel, and I'm going to lay them, oops, sorry, these not in the camera. There we go. So I'm going to keep them very close together, I think, but then have a wider gap in between the different sizes. And you can do this any way you want. There's no right or way wrong to do this. Whatever works for you. And I'm laying them out this way now because I want to be able to make sure I've got my spacing kind of, you know, close to where it should be. And when I adhere this, I'm going to use liquid glue because I want to have some wiggle room. Oops, we're on to gold. All right. Oops. And I haven't shown you the card yet. I figure we'll just make it. It'll be a surprise. All right, so I can actually space these out a little more. This is also a good way to use up scrap paper too. I mean, obviously, you know, I did have, black strips, so that was kind of nice and stuff. So it depends on your colors, of course, but it is a good way to use up scraps, even if, obviously for graduation, I'm particular about my colors, right? But you can make a design using just some scraps like this for any card, and it can look really nice. And you get to use some of that stuff up. All right. I'm kind of going crooked here. What's the deal? All right. And it doesn't have to be too perfect or anything because we're going to be building on top of this too. So don't stress out about whether or not, oh darn. So I've got it pretty much in the right areas. So I'm just going to start now building my levels. So I'm going to get my old glue out and start putting down. The trick is getting the glue going. Of course. Okay. We got the thing that's stuck in there out. Hopefully it doesn't come flying out now. You know, a lot of people don't like liquid glue. They think it's hard to kind of handle, but it really, once you get once you get it going, it's not too bad actually. I love though how you have a little bit of time to have a grace period to get something in the right place. So that's a lot of times I find myself using the liquid glue. You know, because just for that reason. And kind of once it goes fast, once you get your first layout going, then it's not such a slow process. Another thing that's good about liquid glue is whatever you use it for, it's pretty stuck down. So that is cool. Not going anywhere, that's for sure. There's nothing worse when I use some of the other types of glue, like the tape runners and stuff, which don't get me wrong, I love using them. I use them all the time. But sometimes I've gotten so that I have put something down and I can't remove it, and it's fixing time then, because I either ruined my card or I just have to rethink it, because I have to start fixing. This is kind of relaxing though. I like doing this. It's kind of like colors. Does anyone else have apps on their phones to do coloring? I was showing my sister one day, we were talking and I said, I'm coloring. And she looked at me and she goes, what are you doing? What do you mean you're coloring? And I showed her my coloring apps and she goes, that's not coloring. And I'm like, yeah, it is. It's kind of funny. But I love it. I spend a lot of time doing that when I'm trying to just relax and, unwind from the day. If I'm not in here, I was up till 2 in the morning last night just playing in here in my craft room, so it's just kind of my deal. Is anyone else night owls? It's the best part about being retired. Doesn't matter if I stay up really late, because I don't really have to go anywhere too much. I mean, I do, but with Jimmy, but it's okay. I want that a little closer. Whoops. Uh-oh. Hey, wall. So there's nothing hard about this card tonight. I just thought it was just my inspiration to use something that would be for a school color. So that's kind of why. So even though this is kind of tedious, super easy. All right. So we have our background made. So that's that part. Now we're going to create our little image. And so this is what we're going to stamp on. And this is where Mr. Owl comes in. Our cute bird's eye view. And so what I'm going to use is Memento, because I'm going to be coloring with Stampin' Blends. And so I want to have an ink that's can handle that. So this is our cute little owl. So I'm going to just ink here up. Guess I don't know if it's a her or not. Super cute though. First though, I'm going to use the books. I'm going to have him perched on a set of books. I think I'm starting to be converted into a critter person. You know, those of you that have watched me or know me, I'm not really that much of a critter person. I don't know how to color them. I'm just kind of, you know, they make me nervous. So, but they're super cute. So I'm starting to use them more. All right, so there's my books. Now I'm going to stick him on top. I think I got him on here crooked. That's not too bad. He is leaning a little. Oh well, that's okay. And then I'm going to, I think I'll put his glasses on. I'm going to stick that there so I don't forget. I'm going to put glasses on him. Now, a couple of things. We can make the hat, and I guess I will make the hat just to show you how I did it. But in the stamp set that I just got today, the cap and gown, just for reference, and I'll show you because I did stamp it to try it. This little hat does go on the owl. Yeah, it fits perfectly. So I've stamped one of those, and so I'll show you what that looks like, because I just played with this hat thing, so not saying I really know what I'm doing when I'm come to making this hat. So you might think, yeah, we're gonna stamp it. All right. So this is, besides the glasses, all we're gonna stamp right now. So I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Blends. And one thing I wanted to know you to know is that in making these cards, there's a time when you use, you know, the Stampin' Right markers, and in a time when you would use your Stampin' Blends. The Stampin' Right markers typically don't like go through the cardstock, so you can color on, say, white, and it won't transfer through to the other side of the white of the cardstock. Stampin' Blends, however, these are alcohol-based inks, and so they will bleed onto the back, and so that I'll show you that. So because I know this is going to be placed, you know, behind this panel, then I know I can use my Stampin' Blends, because I don't care if it shows through the back, right? But if I'm stamping on a white piece of cardstock, I'm going to color with my Stampin' Writes. So I hope that kind of makes sense. So, and you'll see that on my other card that I made. So we're going to start coloring him. So I used my Stampin' Blends. So Stampin' Blends come in packs of 2. You get a light version and a dark version of a color. And so that's pretty cool. Ooh, so I'm getting this feedback, so I'm trying to fix it. So, okay. So I'm going to use for his, part of him is the Daffodil Delight, which is a yellow. And so when you use your Stampin' blends, some people do dark first and do light. Some people do light and then fill in with their, the darker color. I typically do light and then I go to dark. So I'm just doing him on his little body parts. I'm going to make him a light. This is the light. And because this is alcohol ink and because I use Memento Black, it's not going to cross and bleed, okay, because this is alcohol. Can you hear my dog snoring behind me? Actually, that's not my dog. It's my sister-in-law's. It's like, it's crazy around here. I live in a crazy house. And so then I'm going to take the dark and I'm just going to go through where the stamp already has some shadowing, right? And I'm just going to add some definition. And then I'm going to go back with my light and I'm going to blend these, and I'm just going to go in a circular motion, and what that does is it takes away the hard lines of where you put the darker color. See, so it kind of just is blending in now. It's not so dramatic, I guess. See, now it just kind of looks like it's just a little more natural, right? I'll throw this up. So it has some little more interest in definition. So that's that part of him. And then I'm going to use the new color. Oh, this is Pumpkin Pie, light and dark. So I'm going to do the light first. All right. Oh, and I got his little nose. Or beak, I should say. Nose. All birds have noses, don't they? So I'm just going to put some highlights kind of where the lines are. I'm going to make his beak darker. And then if I want, I can blend this so it doesn't look so marked. So that takes care of him. And so now I'm going to do the books. And so my first color I'm using is the new color Peach Pie. So there's a light and a dark. So I think I'm going to do I'm going to do this part of the cover. in the light. I'm going to do this one in the dark. Not too different, but it does do a nice accent. And then, let's see, we'll do I think I want the blue closer to him, so I'm going to do, which one's light? This is the wild wheat, so this is the dark, and then this is the light. And I think with that one, this is what the light part, I'm going to do the light here. And I'm going to do the dark for this. And then for the third set of books, I'm going to use the Azure Afternoon. And so, of course, there's a light and a dark. So I'm going to do the light. Hi, Cindy. So nice to see you. How is it in North Dakota? Is it nice and pretty right now? Everything in bloom. The lilacs are so beautiful right now, and it's so sad that they don't last very long. They're such a big hardy bush. I just think it's crazy that they only have flowers for a short period. So that's the light. And thank you for sharing, Cindy. I hope your week's going great. All right, so that is our little guy. So now that I've done the, sorry, it's kind of loud probably. Now that I've done the coloring, I'm going to stamp our glasses. So I just think this is so stinking cute. Wait, I need to ink this up a little better. Ah, and I had something on my hand, my ink on my hands. Darn it. Ah. I tell ya, it's always something. All right. So this is our little guy. And I will have to do something to fix this right here. All right, so we're going to mount him on here. And then I'm going to also make our hat. And so I do not know how to make a hat, so this is totally just on the on the fly. So what I did was I cut two half inch by half inch squares, and I used one for the top bottom part of the hat and the second one for the top part. And so what I did was I just, and I was just kind of making this up. So if you can figure out a better way to do it, that'd be great. So I just took one of the squares and I just cut I just cut it out like this. So that became the part that goes, whoops, that became the part that goes like here. And so what I did was I curled it with my bone folder just to give it a little height because I want the hat to kind of pop up the part that is square, right? And so I just kind of curl it. Just kind of gives it a little little edge there. So then I'm going to take a mini dot, a small mini dot. You're making, I know there's so many grad parties right now. Everybody's got, it's just crazy. And it's so funny. I don't remember this when I was a kid, which was 100 years ago, but you know, we didn't have like kindergarten graduation things. You know what I mean? It's just so funny. So I'm going to stick here this about right here. And that's just kind of be able to pop up this part of the hat. Okay. And then I'm going to put, I think, another dot on the back of this one, but I want it to be in one of the corners here so that it goes kind of like that. Does that kind of make sense? I don't know if it even looks like a hat. So yeah, we'll fly with it. But I will show you another alternative with an actual stamp if you know, if this does not turn out so great. So that doesn't look right. How should I do this? Should be more crooked, right? That doesn't look perfect. It's okay. Too far forward. I want the little tip to show, but I need the hat to be. Yeah, so we'll work on it. My other one, I think, turned out a little better. I don't know. We'll work on that hat. There we go. Okay, and then so somewhere I have a tassel I made. And because I did not want to do that on the live because we'd be here all night. Because that also I just kind of made up. I don't know how to make a tassel. So let me see if I can find it real quick because it disappeared on me. So frustrating. Where did it go? Oh my gosh. Hey, move, Ginger. Oh, well. I will show you the one that I made that's on my other card. So sorry. I swear I just had the thing. I don't understand what happens to things. Okay. But I will show you on the other card. Because I don't want to take up your time for me looking for stuff, right? All right, so we're going to adhere this to the panel. And this is what I was talking about when I was saying how there's a time to use Stampin' Blends and there's a time to use the Stampin' Write markers. This is going to bleed. So if I did this on the card base, this is what they would see. And so because it's going to be mounted on black, that is okay to use the blends, right? And then I'll show you on my other card that I made that I used, where I used the Stampin' Write markers. All right. I'm just going to all right, so now we have this. The hat needs surgery. And so another thing that I did on the card, I gave the top of the hat some Wink Estella. I just thought it was kind of a fun thing to do. Gotta have my bling. Yes, the lilacs are my favorite. I love it. I wish they lasted longer. It's crazy that they're such a hardy bush and they don't even stick around very long. All right, and so I'm going to take this and place this on my card front. And then on the inside, I'm going to, and I'm still following the school colors. So I'm going to use, what is this? Pumpkin Pie and the Memento. And so on the inside of the card, I'm going to use all of the hard work was worth it. I'm going to do that in the black. So I'm going to stamp. Ooh, gosh, I'm just playing with fire today. Ah, got ink too close again. I'm telling you. And then I'm going to use Congratulations, Graduate. I kind of was debating. I didn't really like just graduate, but then I also thought when you graduate for something, you're proud of graduating, right? So I thought it's not that impersonal. It's just a statement saying, you know, you graduated, right? So I'm going to put that underneath. And again, these are the school colors. And then I'm going to take from the Cap and Gown stamp set, I'm going to put a little diploma in the bottom here. And then I'm going to paint, or I'm going to take, and then this is case, I'm going to use the pumpkin pie Stampin' Write markers because I don't want this to bleed through my cardstock. Okay, so that's how I'm going to finish the inside. And then I'm also going to put Wink of Stella, I think, on the little ribbon. Super fun, right? So that's the inside. And I just wanted to do that before I put the rest of this together because I don't want to, wreck it, by stamping and having something wrong with my stamping and then have it already all together. All right, so I'm going to take and adhere this panel. Yes, Cindy, I was saying how the reason, my motivation for this card was when I make graduation cards, I like to personalize it with the school colors of whoever I'm giving it to. So, one of the town's school districts by me, their colors are black, orange, and white. So that was kind of my motivation for creating this background. And then this should be dry enough. And then I wanted to use my bird's eye view stamp set because I just think it's so cute. And so we're going to pop this up. And I'm going to pop this up and I will make another tassel since I lost it. I don't know what I did with it. That's just so frustrating, you guys. I had it right here. All right, so I'm going to use my dimensionals and pop this up. And because another thing that I was thinking, I did not put any sentiment on the top in the front of this card because I thought if somebody was to take their things that they had for graduation, their gown or their hat and their tassel, their, diploma, whatever their keepsakes are, they could put these things in a shadow box. And so I kind of thought, or, maybe they just pop it up in their room and frame it and just have it as a cute little picture. So I decided not to put a sentiment on the top in the front of this card. Because of that reason. I just thought it was kind of cute and I just thought it would be fun. So, and if you gave it, especially if you gave it to a little kid too, they could put it in their room, hang it and put it in their room. All right, so I'm just going to pop this up. He's kind of crooked, but I will also have a tassel. And so I'll show you the other one. So this is the one that I created that I made the little tassel for. And then I just put a rhinestone on top of the hat. So I thought it kind of turned out cute, right? I think it's a fun way to, and then the hat, like I said, I was just winging it. Same with making the tassel. I don't really know how to make a tassel, so, and then I just did, this is the inside. So I will make the tassel for that, or if I don't find it. Now this is, like I said, I got this cap and gown stamp set. I just got this today. So I created another card using it more traditional. And I'll show that in a minute, but I wanted to see if this hat that's in this stamp set would go on the owl, and it does. So you could totally do that on your card instead of doing, this, so either way, so just so you know that that does work. If you don't want to mess with making the tassels, this is the card I made out from the cap and gown stamp set. And again, this is an online exclusive. It was in one of our past, I think that just the past catalog we just had, but it is not in the catalog. You have to go online to buy that. And so this is what I came up with. And then I also used the, oh, thank you, Cindy. And then I also used the Classic Letters stamp set. And this also is an online stamp set. And then you get these awesome leaves and stuff, and you get some symbols. You get numbers and letters. So it's really a cool set. So, so that's what I decided to use for in here. I originally just used the hands. I used Stampin' Blends again because this was all going to be layers. And then I just cut out the hat that's in the cap and gown set. This is that hat, and I just cut it out to give it a 3D look. And then when you open it up, so it's the same card. I just did this one as vertical and this one as horizontal. And so then when you open it up, I just stamped a couple of the hats, did some Wink of Stella and coloring, and then just did congratulations, graduate. So I hope you like those. Fun sets. I mean, you can, some people, it's just, that's not typical for me to use critters, but when I saw him in the books, it's like, oh yeah, I have to play, I have to try it. So, yeah, so I did that. And it still frustrates me. I don't know what happened to my tassel. So I'll find it when I get off being live. But I hope you like those. Yeah, and so this is just a fun way to use up strips. And so, this was more color specific because it was for graduation. But if you're just going to use up some scraps that you have, you can build this as a background. You can do the strips any way you want. You can make them all the same size. You can do whatever you want. But it's a good way to use up your scraps. Awesome. You have all the sets. That's so cool. I love it. I love that you're making cards for everybody. That is so cool. You are a busy lady. So with that, I hope you liked that. I hope it inspires you. This would be good for any occasion as far as that layout goes. And yeah, don't forget, it's the join special right now. So you get $82 worth of all in colors, markers, stamp pads, DSP, and which is designer series paper, and the cardstock. So you get all that free. And then you get $135 worth of product of anything your choice, and free shipping, and paper pumpkin kit, which is $2 or $25 worth of value. So it's awesome. So don't forget that. If you don't have a demonstrator and you are interested, you can, let's see, go to my website, terryphelps.stampinup.net, and there's a join tab, and just go into that, and I'd be glad to help you and stuff. But it's a great deal, and you don't have to do anything with the business. So, you know, that's the great part about that. I love that. There's absolutely no pressure, not from me or the company or anything. So just be your own best customer and get the discount in for all the future orders you place. So, oh yes, I have a whole bunch of stamp sets that I also keep, Cindy, that I use for all kinds of, you know, things like that, you know, so yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching. Cindy, thank you for sharing. And I love chatting with you too and seeing you every week. It's nice. We don't live close together, but we can actually chat every week. I love it. All right, take care. Take care, sweetie. And I hope this inspires you, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye, Cindy.